All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start up this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet servants, scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are your sisters that are sincere, your children. Shalom. And in today's video is going to be just a little quick update, news that's going on involved in these wars around the world. You know, in the coming war, which we know is going to happen, you know, World War III, we're in the beginning stages of it, and we see everything and ultimately that is occurring. These situations that are happening worldwide are leading up to this war taking place. But with that being said, I'm going to get into this video that I got from NY Prepper. You know, it's just going to be a quick little update video, and I'm going to get a few scriptures and Lord's willing to be edifying. But with that being said, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes only. Fair use.
It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Saturday, July 12th, 2025, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now it is 10 a.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Eastern Europe. So the UK Telegraph is reporting that due to the prolongation of the Ukraine war, Putin may resort to the use of tactical nuclear weapons to break Ukraine's resistance. Putin...
Right. So you just heard a little glimpse of what it is they said. You basically got Vladimir Putin and Russia considering using nuclear weapons, you know, against Ukraine. And we know that all of this is in the scriptures, man, where the Lord said that this would be occurring in these times. And I'm actually get that precept. This is St. Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? And we know that there's active wars that are taking place, like this situation with Ukraine and Russia, right along with Israel and Iran going to war, right? But you also have rumors of wars, which are talks of wars. So we ultimately know that, hey, they can be talking about using nukes and things of that nature, but we know it won't officially go nuclear till the Lord ultimately brings in that MOTBC hip. We know that it will not get nuclear. So, you know, these are all just wars and threats of wars, man. You know, it won't get super juicy until that chip is mandated. That's when things are going to really, you know, speed up. But it says, see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? Because the end won't come until the MOTBC hip is made mandatory, which is going to result to World War III, you know, reaching this extreme level, and then it's going to get nuclear. But we know that won't happen yet, because there's still prophecies that have to come forth. So, you know, these are just wars and rumors of wars, man. You know, but we still got to be circumspect in these times as well, because we don't know when anything can pop off, you know, because things, I mean, they can, you know, do a black swan event or anything, you know, that can ultimately change the world as these people know it. So, I mean, we still got to be watching as well as praying, as the scriptures have told us to do, you know, because, I mean, anything is bound to happen at any given time, you know.
And his entourage are seriously considering this now. Wow. And there was another large drone attack on Ukraine last night involving 597 drones and 26 missiles. And a lot of these drones and missiles hit western Ukraine close to the border of Poland. So this is the third day this week where Russia launched a massive drone attack on Ukraine. And this is all coming right after Trump announced that he's going to start flooding Ukraine with weapons and impose tough sanctions on Russia.
Right. So you hear what it is he said. You know, Donald Trump is getting more involved with the conflict in Ukraine, right along with them getting more involved with the conflict with Israel and Iran. And we know that Russia is bagging Iran as well. So all of this is doing is just making the tension between America and Russia more and more profound, man, more, you know, intense, you know, against their nations. And we know ultimately that Russia is going to be that nation right along with all of these other nations that are going to come together right along with America's allies. And they're going to burn this place with fire, man, you know, which are those ICBM nuclear missiles. So this is what everything is leading up towards. We're seeing the beginning stages of all of these things, man, which is going to lead up to the big one, which is World War III, the Battle of Armageddon, man. Right? This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. It said the second woe is past, right? And behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. And that's what we're seeing manifest in front of our eyes. World War III, man, is coming quickly, quicker than what most people think or believe. It's really already here, but there's just, like I said, different levels to it. And we haven't reached that extreme level yet to where those nukes are going to be shot off, right? And that won't happen till the MOTBC is made mandatory. So that's really what we're waiting on, the Charagma, right?
So clearly Putin is giving Trump the finger, and he's actually stepping up the intensity of these attacks, even after Trump threatens to sanction Russia and flood Ukraine with weapons.
I found flooring listed 50% off when compared to my local flooring store.
Salakia, brother. Salakia.
Check out really cheap floors.
Salakia for that. Salakia. But we know ultimately, like you said, in the video, the guy, we're living in those times, man, where, all of these conflicts are going to continue to keep escalating, man. Because, we're in that time of season, man, where all of these things are going to begin to manifest, and I'm actually go to that precept real quick that I got. This is why it's important for us, brothers and sisters, to be watching, because we're living in this time of season, man. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. And I'm going to start at verse 3. Because we don't know when this chaos or this disaster is going to come, man. Upon the earth, we don't know when things are going to shake up and, when things are going to get, severe out here, when things are going to get real crazier than what they already are. So that's why it's important for us to be in the spirit of watching, because there's a lot of things that are happening right now, and we're in that time of season. So it says 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, right, which is what you've been hearing Trump talking about, with Iran and Israel, Russia and Ukraine, proposing peace and saying that he's going to bring peace to these situations. We ultimately see that that's not coming because we're not in that time and season of peace, man. As the scriptures have said, in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, that there's a time and season to everything under the heavens. And we're living in that time of war. So that's what you see these nations preparing for. And that's all you're going to hear them talking about, because that's what the Lord has on their spirit. Because as I read earlier, all of this is leading up to World War III, man. Right? All of these wars and rumors of wars, they're going to lead up to the bigger war, which is what the Lord is going to bring forth in these latter times, man. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, man. And that's what's going to come very soon, that destruction, And this is verse 4. It says, but ye, brethren, right, us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, right? So ultimately, we're not going to be overtaken by a thief when these events actually begin to take forth and begin to be manifested, because we're watching them. We're being circumspect. We're measuring the times diligently in itself. We're seeing everything that's happening, so this stuff won't come to us unawares like it's going to come to the people in the world that are not watching, right? So this is verse 5. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, right? So we're not of the darkness. So like I said before, us being in the light, being in the know, we know these things are going to come. And we're preparing ourselves spiritually, getting right with the Lord, so that Yahweh Ratazah, we can escape these judgments when they do come forth. Because World War III is going to happen, man. A draft is going to come. America's going to get involved in this conflict. It's going to be chaos, man. And we know these things, right? So we're not in the darkness of these things like the people in the world are, the 2/3 and these other heathens that are just going about their lives every day like stuff is normal when it's not, right? This is verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's what we got to be doing now more than ever in these times, brothers and sisters, as the Lord has said in this precept. This is 1 Peter chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 7 in the KJV. It says, but the end of all things is at hand, which it is, because we're coming to the end of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man being in rulership, being in power. We're at the end, man, right? It says, be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. That's what we got to be doing. Watching, right? All of the events that are happening around the world, especially with these wars and all of these things. And we got to be praying as well, to the Lord, man, that hopefully he has mercy upon us when these troublesome times actually begin to manifest. Because, everything that we see happening, though it looks like nothing is going to come out of these things, it's going to get big, man, very soon. And the Lord is going to bring judgment to this earth, man. And these events won't just be talks, they're going to turn into actual wars, man. Russia and America are going to go head up, man. Right? That's all part of the Ezekiel 38 prophecy, about how the Lord is going to put a hook in, the prince of Meshach and Tubal, Russia, Og's mouth, and going to drag him down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And that's where America and all of these other nations are going to meet up, and they're all going to fight in the battle of Armageddon, man. So, this is a major part of prophecy, and we know that this will take place very soon. But like I said before, we know that we're still waiting on that MOTBC hit before World War III gets nuclear. So, though they're talking about nukes and things of that nature now, we know the full nuclear destruction will not happen till that chip comes, man, which is coming soon. But still, we know that, these things are going to take place very soon. So I'm actually getting this precept. This is Habakkuk 2, verse 3, right? KJV. And it says, for the vision, meaning the prophecies, right? Because World War III is a part of prophecy, right? It said it's yet for an appointed time that the Heavenly Father has set. It's not going to happen when these devils say it's going to happen. It's not going to happen, just because Putin and Trump are going heads up and making threats towards one another. No, they're not in control of anything. The Heavenly Father is controlling all things. And this war is going to take place when he allows it to, not when these devils or these heathens say that it's going to happen, right? It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak not lie, though it tarry, right? Because this war looks like it's tarrying. Everybody in the world, they see these nations been making threats towards one another, been talking about nuking each other. So in their mind, they believe these things are never going to happen. They believe it's just going to continue to be talking, and it's not going to be action. But soon to come, these things are going to turn into literal actions, man, right? It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And that's talking about World War III, man. Hey, this stuff is going to happen, man. Even though it doesn't look like it's going to happen, because like I said, we're still in the time and season where the Lord is still allowing things to be minute. Everything is not amplified and reached its extreme yet, right? But it's going to get there, man, very soon, So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying. Just something quick through the spirit. And I'm actually read the title of this video so you brothers and sisters that may want to go watch it, you can see it, right? But it says, red alert, Russia considers nuking Ukraine. You got the United States nuclear armed submarines arriving in Europe, man. So like I said, right along with people thinking that there's things not happening, there's a lot that's picking up, man, So with that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom.